What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So the first official response by the Persian Wolf Hadi Chopin that was made through his IG. So first of all, the man apologized to his fans for third year in a row because apparently placing second best in the world that isn't good enough for Hadi. But as fans, we should all convey our message to Hadi that we are all very proud of him and what he has been able to achieve not just this year, throughout his bodybuilding career. Now the man did this prep with some immense pressure as the visa process. That took more time than usual, and it was overall an awesome look by him. So him beating Derek at the finals of the Olympia this year, that is all he needs to take away from this year's Olympia. Because the man is right there, fighting for the Olympia title. And he's so unlucky in this regard, that last year, he beat Derek, who was the reigning Olympia champion. This year he beat Samson Dauda, who was the reigning Olympia champion. And he made some crazy progress all over his physique in the back department too. But if he wants to slam the door shut, he has to bring back that Arnold Duhai package, especially in terms of his legs, more specifically his right leg. So him placing second, third year in a row, that makes him the biggest threat to the Olympia title next year too. But I hope he does the Arnold Ohio next year, getting that big money, that big paycheck. That would be very helpful because Hadi Chopin has enough size to beat all these guys. He doesn't need a big off season. He doesn't need more muscle. So the most heartbreaking thing for Hadi is that he barely missed the chance to win another Olympia title. And the fact is, ever since Hadi came onto the scene, if he won every single Mr. Olympia competition since 2019, except for maybe 2020, when Big Ramy won, nobody would have had any complaint about that. Now, another thing that would kind of bother Hadi Chopin is the fact that had he showed up for the prejudging the way he did for the finals of this show, he probably would have won the Olympia. So kind of the same thing happened last year at the Olympia too, when he was tied with Samson Dauda at the prejudging, but he could not bring that same Arnold Ohio look from last year to the finals. So, that being said, the look that Hadi brought to the finals of the Olympia this year, that was arguably one of the best look of his entire career. So I for one never thought that Hadi would be so close to Derek Lunsford in that back double biceps. I mean, at one point at the finals, it kind of seemed like that Hadi's beating Derek even in that back double. And that just goes to show us the level of improvements that Hadi Chopin was able to make in the past 1 year. Before you scroll or blink too hard, have you subscribed yet? Please don't make me bring out the emotional blackmail. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. It's free, it's painless, and that makes me look way cooler than I actually am. So the former Olympia champion Brandon Kerry, he should be given the title of Ageless Wonder. So I kind of feel really bad about Brandon and his placings. I'm gonna say he got robbed of that 6th place, because no way Nick Walker should have been able to place above Brandon with the physique that he brought to the stage and the fact that this was arguably one of the best Brandon that we saw in the recent past. So Brandon has also made an official response after this weekend, and what an awesome guy this man is. Have you ever heard Brandon Kerry complaining about his placings? And once again, he had nothing but positive things to say about how this weekend went down. So we will have to wait and see for the Olympia breakdown on why Brandon did not get a hard placing. Because this was one of those times when the legs on Brandon, they also looked very improved. He still had plenty of roundness in those arms, the chest, the delts, and he was also one of the most aesthetic guy in that second call out. So just because this time, Brandon trained throughout the year, that really worked wonderfully for him, as this was one of the biggest versions of Brandon, but at the same time, he was in a superb conditioning, still rocking a very small waistline and those wide shoulders. I think Brandon did an awesome job this weekend, and he should have been rewarded. Still 2 places up from the Olympia last year, which is a great sign for his career ahead.
Did what we came to do this year, improve the look from the last year's Olympia, of course, and improve the the look from the Arnold as well. capitalized on both of those. I think I brought a good package to the stage, and I'm happy with that. I'm definitely satisfied with that.
So I do not want to sound bitter towards Regan Grimes, but how many times will we hear that same thing over and over again, that he needs another off-season and he will be top 6. So he had really high expectations, and I'm gonna say very unrealistic expectations, going into this very competitive Mr. Olympia. And he might have felt disrespected because almost 99% of the people out there, they did not put Regan in their top 10. But that assessment by most of us, by the bodybuilding community, they were all right about him. So he came in 14th. He got beat by Ors Klashinsky, Jordan Hutchinson, Behrouz Tabani, Vito. Now don't get me wrong, it was overall a good package by Regan. And he also has made an official response. It's just the fact that the competition, that is getting so much better. That is improving at such a fast pace. They are bigger, more complete, more aesthetic physiques on the Olympia stage now than they were ever before in the past 6 or 7 years. And unless Regan Grimes, he fills up those quads from the front, he will always look top heavy. So it was a long season for Regan, with Olympia being his 4th show of the year. So his first prep with Dom super sliced, and the man is fully satisfied with how things went down with his new coach. So what do you guys think about Regan's Olympia look? So Vito made the biggest statement out of all the guys who were making their Olympia debuts this weekend. So top 10 for Vito, and I just have some pictures for you guys from the prejudging when these guys were called out in those initial groups, and Vito happened to stand next to the mutant Nick Walker. So that is the structural superiority of Vito that we have always talked about. Just forget about how big of a name the mutant is compared to Vito, and just analyze the physique on the stage and how they're looking. And I have got to say Vito, he absolutely destroyed Nick Walker in that front relaxed, in that front double biceps. Now a lot of people think that an argument can be made for Vito for a higher place than 10th. But Vito has made an official response after doing this show this weekend. So he is also very happy with that top 10 finish, and he said he will try his best to make into that top 5 next year. So I think Vito truly is one of the most genetically gifted athlete in the men's open at the moment. He's still very young, he has plenty of time on his hand, and at this point, it's just a matter of time for him. As soon as he improves those side shots, he builds some more thickness, some more density in the arms and shoulders, and a bit more separation in that back double biceps up top, he will become very, very competitive against anyone in that Olympia lineup. And that is the time when Vito will start taking out some big names. So it was extremely impressive showing by Vito on his Olympia debut, and him standing next to a guy like Brendan Carey and being so competitive in his overall width, the way he takes up so much space on the stage, that just goes to show you how crazy that physique is and how crazy it would be in the future. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.